What is the ugliest shade that you think Holo Taco released in 2023? What did we do wrong this year? Why is that ugly? Year of data. This is the Holo Taco 2023 data year in review. We've done this for 3 years and I've shared with you the top and bottom sellers at Holo Taco every year. But I do have something new this year, which is really fun. Let's talk about your opinions. Add in some opinions, some qualitative but quantified version of it data to the sales data so we can compare and see whether your opinions are on point or you're just talking shit. This was like an opinion survey of people who are highly invested, simply illogical fans. More than 10,000 of you who answered this survey, so huge shout out to you guys. Thank you for answering my impromptu survey. I shared this survey on this YouTube channel community page, in a live stream link, on my All Things Simply official Facebook group, in my Discord server. And remember, this is not just Holo Taco customers. Like, you didn't have to buy Holo Taco to answer this survey. There was a question that also acknowledges if you don't buy Holo Taco. Who are you? Let's get to know the people who answered this survey. So you have an average age, 29.5. You guys are old. The majority of survey respondents identified as women, followed by non-binary 5% and men. 67% of you are in the US, followed by Europe 16%, and Canada, CA, that's supposed to be the flag. 95% of you though have personally worn Holo Taco, which I thought was gonna be lower because this is an opinion poll survey, anyone can answer it, which could mean that like only 70% of you have like worn it and the rest of you just watch, right? But no, I was pleasantly surprised to see that 90% of my opinion poll audience have personally worn Holo Taco. That's great. 60% are also in Holo Royalty, which is the top tier of the Holo Taco loyalty program. First question I had for you was, what's your top shade that Holo Taco released in 2023? This is what's really important to me. If you look at everything we launched this year and you could only pick one, what are you picking? And this palette is really pretty. Kind of similar to like some of the results we saw, especially my like mixed methodology one. Got your Spirit Fingers, you've got Toe Beans, another Safiya shade, Bury Me in Hollow, you've got Royal Crush, Glamethyst, but then you've got Fallen Flake Taco. Like some of those were already top sellers, but then you've also got some of the standouts from other collections. Never Tied Down and Late Checkout from the Vacation Collection, and Cool Cat Mom, which is my birthday shade, and Curfew Crasher. Kind of speaks to that muted pinky purple mauvey palette. There's no plain formulas on this. That makes a lot of sense to me. No one's gonna pick a creme as their top shade. You have excellent taste. Your opinions are excellent. Also asked, what do you like about this shade when you picked your top? And 89% of you said everything. Like the color and the formula, the finish, like literally everything. So that also reifies my earlier point that the specialty formula paired with the color is really what's contributing to people picking these as their top 10 opinion shades. The reason why you're not seeing like haute couture on here is, even though it's universally loved or whatever, it's not the top of someone's list. It's like in the top 5. But if I'm asking you to just pick your top, you're gonna pick something that you perceive to be really unique or special. I'm not saying haute couture is not unique or special. It's kind of neutral for some people. So they're just not putting it as their top, even though it's incredibly loved and blah, blah, blah. If I ask you, what's your most used Holo Taco nail polish, we're gonna get different results. And that's where you're gonna see your haute couture and your blushed ice. And things are gonna look a little more neutral. And when I say neutral in Holo Taco language, I mean holographic and toppers and black. Everything Taco. Amazing, great to hear, great to see. Spirit Fingers, wonderful. Toe Beans, haute couture with scattered Holo Taco, love to see it. And flaky Holo Taco. Neither of those are new. Those are old OGs from 2019. But it's still in your top 10 most used shades, which aligns with the data because it's just like such an easy way to hollow up your mani. It's just tried and true what people love. We love the versatility too. That's also what it is. All right, next up, I asked you, in your opinion, what's your top overall collection that Holo Taco released in 2023? And then I compared it to sales. So with no surprises, Safiya was our number one, which I expected for sure. We've got Safiya on top. Do you want to be on top? And then for the opinion, Retro was actually the second top collection voted that we released this year. And the third top collection we released by sales. Now that's really not that much of a significant difference. Interesting to see After Party as the number 3 for opinion. It's also hard to pick a favorite collection. Like, I can't do it, and I refuse. Safiya appreciation slide. Safiya has topped our charts in 2023. That's good. That's good. If you entered the Safiya screener on my opinion poll, then you were caught by an extra question. You were asked how well you know Safiya. 84% of you who picked Safiya x Holo Taco as your number 1 collection overall has been a Safiya fan since before the collab. 84% of you were like, I've been a fan. I was waiting for this moment. I had it in my calendar. Holo Taco truck x Safiya, let's go. When is the date? 4% didn't know who she is. That's it. I don't think 4% are, meaningfully changing the fact that it sat at the top of our sales boards for the 4% who are like,
I don't know who this is, I just like the vibes.
Do you mean to say that Safiya is an influencer? Shocking news. What a twist. Okay, do you want the ugly news or the bad news? How about a little bit of both? I asked you, what is the ugliest shade that you think Holo Taco released in 2023? Not sales data, but just what did we do wrong this year? And yes, I used the word ugliest, okay? Because I want honesty. Just tell me what the ugliest shade is. Just tell it to me straight. And you did, and the data looks as expected. Something has to be on the bottom. Sales data universally show that anything in the brown, green, yellow category generally is just gonna be the poor performer when compared to other shades in the same collection. That's just like always how it's gonna be. And in conclusion, I think the overall finding is what's ugly doesn't sell. So I think you're right. I can't believe I'm saying this. The chat is correct. They are correctly identifying what is ugly, with the exception of cracked taco shell, because cracked taco shell was in our top 10. But that's because it's like novelty and people love to hate it, So boo-hoo, because it sold well. So you can take your opinion and leave that one at the door. That's an invalid opinion. Other than that, you are not wrong. Not Pressed was the worst seller from Down to Earth. Trophy Life was the worst. High Def sold the worst of retro. Stay Grounded, also not the best on its own. Beach Please of Vacation would have been the worst selling. Tax Haven is like a crime. Ironically. Why? Okay, no, that one you have to explain yourself. Go. It's brown. Guys, it is not just brown. Like, do I need to explain this to you? It's a multi-chrome. That's a warm tone multi-chrome. People are always like, give me warm tones. Okay, buy them. Well, not even listen to the poll, because the poll is just wrong. Like, it's glowing. Rest in Peach.
Why is that ugly?
Why do you think that's uglier than Banana Medicine? How close is that to the color of the year or whatever? Okay, that is so close. It's literally the same. Hello. I think you guys, you don't care about the trends, right? It'll sell now? Well, I'm actually interested to see if it will, just because some random corporation decided to say it was a color of the year. Let's see. Here, I'm gonna poll you and ask you if you think that that's actually gonna make a difference. I don't really think the Pantone stuff does it that much for the Holo Taco brand. I think if you're more of like a normie and you're just in the drugstore and you still actually read magazines, whether electronic or not, about what's trending, then maybe. Do you actually think more people will buy Rest in Peach because it's a color of the year? 64% say no. I agree. But 36% of you still think it will. Interesting. I guess we'll see. We'll find out. One more slide from your opinion poll research. I asked you, why do you think these are ugly? Explain yourself right now. 67% of you said it was mainly just the color, and that's why it turned you off, which makes sense. A lot of people just think only with color. They don't consider formula or the different amazing pigments that shift to rainbows or have different effects and different lighting or transform a little bit. They only see just one color and they are dimensionless in their interpretation. And maybe for the cremes, yes, they are only color, so I get it, but not all of them were just cremes alone. 17% of you said, I hate everything about it. And obviously this would have been cited more for shades like Trophy Life, where some people don't like chrome and they don't like a pale yellow gold. Good thing we're retiring her. And then 16% said mainly just the formula finish, but not necessarily the color. I also asked if you wore this ugly shade on your nails, and most of you, 77%, said no. I'm staying far away from it, thank you. Do you think that's a missed opportunity? Like perhaps you didn't have the chance to fully appreciate it. You just did a quick judgment. You judged a nail polish by its cover, you know, without trying it. I feel like I should have a screen and rule to make sure like you tried it, and then I'll kick you out if you didn't try it. That's not fair, but isn't it fair? I refuse to try new things, then I refuse to include your data. I will subset you the hell out. Sorry, it's too small, but it says 11% own that ugly color they said was ugly, but personally haven't worn it. So it's just sitting on their shelf because they bought a bundle and just let the yellow or the green sit there, thanks. And 9% said yes, they did try it, but never again. So only 9% are valid here, actually. That's my conclusion. Only 9% of you are allowed to have your opinion on the ugliest nail polish because you tried it, you gave it a good run, and it just didn't work out. You know, and I can respect that. I can also doubly respect the 3% who said yes, they wore the ugly shade many times because they're into the ugly vibes. You know, shouts out to that 3%. And that concludes the opinion poll presentation. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.